You were not born to break, you were born to bend and then rise again. The difference between those who succeed and those who falter is not luck, not talent, not circumstance, it is resilience. The unshakable, unyielding, never quit fire burning deep inside. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before he held the incandescent light in his hand. Abraham Lincoln faced defeat after defeat, yet became the emblem of perseverance and hope. Henry Ford was told his ideas would never work, yet he changed the world by refusing to yield. The truth is simple. Resilience is not something you stumble upon, it is something you build, something you command, something you live by every single day. Resilience is the fortress you build in your mind before the storm hits. It is the fortress constructed from unbreakable belief, unwavering discipline, and the courage to act when every voice inside screams to stop. It is forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by the cold winds of doubt, and strengthened through relentless repetition. It is a choice. Not once, not twice, but over and over again, day after day, until your very soul is steeled for battle. The first stone of that fortress is mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which every challenge, every setback, every failure is viewed. Napoleon Hill wrote that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But belief without resilience is fragile. It crumbles under pressure. Resilience demands a mindset that welcomes struggle not as punishment, but as the necessary test to forge greatness. The mind must be trained to see obstacles as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. When Henry Ford's factories burned to the ground, he didn't see defeat, saw a reason to rebuild smarter, faster, stronger. This is the mindset that refuses to be defeated by external circumstances because it knows the real war is fought inside. Belief is the mortar that binds your resilient stones. But this is no passive hope. It is a ferocious conviction that you are destined to rise regardless of the odds. Look at Walt Disney, who was told he lacked creativity and vision. Each rejection, each no, was met with a deeper resolve. Belief anchors you to your purpose when the world tries to pull you away. It is the voice in the dark whispering, "This is not the end." Resilient people understand that belief is not blind faith, but a strategic weapon, a shield against despair, a beacon through uncertainty. Clarity sharpens this weapon. To build resilience that never quits, you must be clear about what you are fighting for. Without clarity, energy scatters and purpose weakens. Every champion knows exactly why they endure pain and sacrifice. When Abraham Lincoln faced the darkest days of Civil War, his clarity of purpose, the preservation of the Union, and the promise of freedom kept him relentless. Your clarity becomes the compass that guides you when the path disappears into chaos. Without it, resilience loses direction. With it, resilience becomes unstoppable. Vision breathes life into resilience. It is the vivid picture of your future self standing victorious on the other side of every trial. Imagine Henry Ford seeing the world filled with automobiles, a vision so strong it defied skeptics and economic hardship alike. Vision is not just dreaming, it is seeing with precision and feeling with certainty what others cannot yet grasp. This vision fuels your will to endure, to keep moving forward when fatigue drapes over your shoulders like a heavy cloak. Vision transforms resilience from mere endurance into unstoppable momentum. Purpose is the heart pumping life through the fortress of resilience. It is the deeper meaning, the why, that transcends temporary pain. Purpose is the difference between surviving and thriving. When you wake up with purpose, every setback is reframed as a necessary chapter, every failure a lesson etched into your story. It is why Edison kept testing light bulbs, why Lincoln kept fighting political battles, why Disney persisted despite bankruptcy. Purpose is the fire that will not be extinguished by the storms outside. But purpose alone is not enough. Resilience demands discipline, the daily commitment to rise, to act, to refuse complacency. Discipline is the muscle that powers through exhaustion and doubt. It is what Thomas Edison used when he worked 99% perspiration to achieve success. Discipline sharpens your habits, your routines, your focus. It turns intention into action, dreams into plans, and plans into reality. Without discipline, resilience is a flickering flame. With discipline, it becomes a blazing inferno. Action is the living proof of resilience. It is the refusal to stand still, the refusal to accept defeat. When the world says quit, resilience answers with try again. Henry Ford
Action moves you beyond fear,
beyond hesitation.
Walt
beyond
Disney
the
didn't wait
paralysis
for
that
permission.
kills so
He
many
created.
dreams. It is the
Resilience
echo
is
of relentless
in the
motion,
long hallway of
fueled by
success.
belief, clarity, vision, purpose, and discipline. Gratitude might seem an unlikely ally, but it is the oxygen of resilience. When you cultivate gratitude, you transform pain into perspective. You shift focus from what's missing to what's already given. Abraham Lincoln's journals reveal a man who, despite the weight of a nation's crisis, remained grateful for the chance to serve. Gratitude grounds resilience in humility, reminding you that every hardship is also a gift and opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Adaptability is the silent architect of resilience. The world is unpredictable, filled with shifting sands and unexpected storms. Resilience that cannot bend breaks. Henry Ford adapted his manufacturing methods again and again until the assembly line revolutionized industry. Resilience requires the ability to pivot, to learn, to innovate. It is not rigid stubbornness, but flexible strength. It is knowing when to hold fast and when to let go. Resilience demands learning not just once, but continuously. Each setback is a teacher, each failure a lesson carved in the bedrock of experience. The most resilient minds study their defeats as carefully as their victories. They seek wisdom in pain, insight in struggle, mastery in challenge. Thomas Edison's famous quote, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," is the anthem of relentless learning. This mindset converts every loss into preparation for a future win. Through all of this mindset, belief, clarity, vision, purpose, discipline, action, gratitude, adaptability, learning resilience is forged. It becomes the unbreakable foundation on which you build your legacy. It is the difference between those who are broken by life's blows and those who emerge time and again stronger and more determined. The world will test you. It will push you to the edge. But you were built to rise, you were built to endure, you were built to conquer. No one ever succeeded without falling first. But those who succeed refuse to let the fall define them. They rise with fierceness, with conviction, with a fire that cannot be quenched. This is the truth Napoleon Hill laid. Bare success is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who choose to rise again and again, no matter how hard they fall. So stand now. Breathe deep. Know that every challenge you face is the universe sculpting you into something greater. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not finished. You were built to rise, and it's time to act like it.